Hey, your backyard beekeeper here on a beautiful day in the Twin Tiers. It's around 80 degrees. I'm sharing this video with you today because it was one of those things where I was in the right place at the right time, and I just felt compelled to share this with you. And it's another swarm that we caught, and I happen to be like I said, in the right place at the right time. I'm at my friend Lenny Bolus's house, and who's my master beekeeper, by the way, and he's got a couple of hives on his property, and I happen to be purchasing some equipment from him, and we look up in the air, and lo and behold, there's millions of bees. Well, it seemed like a million bees in the air, and as you can see by this picture, it was more like maybe 10 or 15,000 bees, which seems like a million when you're in the middle of it. But I had to get some video footage of it, and you can see here, we can see the colony where they came out of and where they're swarming. And Lenny's sitting there waiting for the queen to come out. We weren't sure if the queen had arrived yet or not. Sometimes you see the queen right off the bat and coming out the door. But as we're observing things, we were watching what direction those bees were headed because we didn't see the queen yet. We saw that they were headed for the back of his house. So the swarm started dying down, and we never did see the queen come out. So we're thinking, okay, probably the queen already came out of her box. And so we went over to the area where the swarm landed, and then oddly, they landed low to the ground in this raspberry blackberry bush. So we're quite certain now that the queen is in there. So we sat around patiently and kind of poked around the swarm, as you can see here. And it was difficult for me to have the phone and narrate at the same time, so I'm kind of doing a narration over top of it. So what we patiently did is looking for the queen. We had one of these queen capture queen clips. You can, if you see the queen, you put her in there. And once you get the queen on a swarm, you really got control of a swarm. They'll follow her to no end. Kind of cool how that works. So we did get the queen. Lenny snatched her up, got her in. Initially, it was in a nuke box like this, but it got quickly overcrowded, and we thought we needed something bigger. So we went and got a deep brood box, or that's what I call it anyway, a deep 10-frame brood box with a screen bottom board and just a plywood cover. Put the queen in her. And as you can see by this video footage, those bees were just trampling right in there, like follow the leader. It's just amazing how this whole thing works to me. I get excited every time I do something like this. I hope you do too. It was just something I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you have a great day. We'll catch you on the bee side. Hey, what happened? Who turned out the lights? Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.